Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين ثم الصلاة والسلام تحت الكرام على جميع الأنبياء والمرسلين والشهداء والصالحين والصديقين وعلى خير خلقه البشير النذير السراج المنير أبي القاسم محمد
اللهم صل على محمد
وعلى آل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين والعمد على أعدائهم أجمعين أما بعد اللهم اغفر لي الذنوب التي تهتك العصم اللهم اغفر لي الذنوب التي تنزل النقم اللهم اغفر لي الذنوب التي تغير النعم اللهم اغفر لي الذنوب التي تحبس الدعاء صدق الله وصدق رسوله وصدق ولي الكريم صلوات.
اللهم صل على محمد.
May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless us with the strength and tawfiq to have all the bounties and blessings of this great month of Shawwal al-Mukarram. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala include us among the shuhada of Karbala, inshallah. The topic is Dua Kumail, and we are discussing about the second part of the dua, which is our beloved Imam Amir al-Mu'mineen. He enters here in direct communication to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala after establishment of a foundation, how to ask from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In this part of the dua, our beloved Imam Amir al-Mu'mineen, he focused on some of the key points which all of us we have to understand and we have to awaken ourselves. The first point which our beloved Imam Amir al-Mu'mineen mentioned, he says, Allahumma ghafir li adh-dhunub allati tahtiku al-'azam. O Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, forgive me those sins which tears apart the ismat. We talked and discussed last week about dhanb. Basically, dhanb, dhunub, which is, although we translate to the sin, but in reality, anything which has a consequences and we have to bear that consequences. For example, pain. Pain has a consequences, and we have different types of pain. Some pain you pinch, after a few seconds you're okay. Some pain you have some blood, or you see that there's some other problems and you have to go through a healing process. Some pain you want to lose your part of the body. If I lost my hand, my leg, my eye, some of the part of the body, that pain has a huge consequences. So that's why all these sins are not equal. And also we established before, also we have three types of sin. One is between us and Allah, between us and people, and between us and about ourselves. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can forgive us whatever we have a sin between us and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But between us and people, that's up to people. I have to go through the process of establishment, a foundation, so I can stand before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and ask that, oh Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I did everything so far, I'm ready to take off and to seek your pardon. It's very important that it's not all the sins are equal. Here our beloved Imam Amir al-Mu'mineen, he's pointing out tahtiku al-'azam, those sins which part, or those sins which destroy the ismats. Again, we had a discussion of last week about the ismat also. I don't want to go in detail about that. Now, what are the sins which can destroy the ismats between us and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because all of us, we have the potential and capacity to reach the highest rank. Often we don't reach to that highest rank because of our own mistakes. So what are these sins which can tear apart the ismats which we have? Our ulama, they said that three main sins from ahadith and riwayat. Although we have more than this, but three sins which can tear apart the ismats between us and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The first sin is khubsu tharir. Khubsu sarir. Khubsu sarir. If I have by nature bad intentions towards the people, my nature is contaminated, my fitrat is contaminated, and to the point that I have no good wishes to people at all. All the time, I'm evil wisher towards the people. That's called khubs, sarir. Sarir is inner part. What our inner part, which is contaminated, I have a bad intention towards the people. Even when I say something, I have evil intention. When I want to wish something for the people, I have a bad intentions. This is called khubs sarir. What are the signs of that? The signs of that is jealousy, hasads. Hasad is one of the signs of khubs sarir. If I have a jealousy towards people, left and right, if there is any achievements for the people, if they have something new, if they have something good, I cannot see that. Always I'm questioning them, or always I'm seeking from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that I wish Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can take away from him this quality, or this potential, or this blessing, or this whatever he had achievement, or she had an achievement. So that's one of the sign of khubs sarir. The second sign of the khubs sarir is always I have no rest. I'm thinking and pondering about others. Why is this? Why she? Why? It's called su'udhan. I developed, the suspicious towards people. Even something good comes from the people, I have an explanation which goes against that person. So I don't see any good from the people to that point. Yes.
Khubz in Arabic means bread. So what's the relation between bread and it's not?
That's not the khubz, what you eat the khubz. Right? Here, khubz sarir, the sarir is inner part of that. When that contaminated, that is khubz sarir, is your inner nature is contaminated, and you have no well wish to people, or have no good intentions towards the people. Yes. That the second thing is su'udhan. Always you have a suspicious towards people. Always. The third sign of having our nafs is contaminated is I have a shak. I want to offer the prayer, Allahu Akbar, because my mind is contaminated. I'm thinking about here and there. I'm not focusing about myself. I want to go and do wudu. I have a doubts about wudu. I want to do something. I have a doubts. Shak, su'udhan, and hasad. These are the three signs of a person who has khubs sarir. Allah. Inshallah, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala cure our hearts. The second one is nifaq.
Last time we said another one is
Shayat, rumors?
Yeah.
Part of the Sarif?
Yes. Nifaq, Allahu Akbar. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us from nifaq. Nifaq is hypocrisy, obviously. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala cure us from hypocrisy. Hypocrisy, in very blunt word, if I want to explain, my heart and my mind and my tongue is not in line. I'm thinking something, my heart says something else, and my tongue represents something else. My heart is representing the aqidah, belief. Mind is logic. And tongue is the spokesperson. So although I believe that this person, or for example, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the Lord of the world, I have that. But logically, it doesn't make sense to me. And I have to say something else, or vice versa. If I don't have any nifaq, it means my heart, which is belief, my mind, and my tongue should be in line. Third one is iroma. These are the few things which can destroy our ismats. If we want to protect our ismats, we have to follow that. After this, our beloved Imam Amir al-Mu'minin furthermore goes, Allahumma ghafir li adh-dhunub allati tunzilu an-niqam. Oh Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, forgive me those sin which is a cause for catastrophe, cause for all the calamities. Niqam. Niqam is plural of niqma. Niqma is opposite of ni'ma. You have a ni'ma, you have a niqma. Ni'ma is a blessing. Whatever you see as a blessing, that's a ni'ma. For example, you have a child, you have a wife, you have a husband, you have a house, you have the beautiful weather, whatever you have, and your own qualities. You have the qualities, all of that is ni'ma, a blessing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, bounties of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The opposite of that is ni'ma. What is the opposite of ni'ma? Ni'ma will give us a peace, and niqma will take away from us peace. Maybe I have a wife, but my wife can be niqma. Instead of she becoming a peace for me, she will become a salbul silm. She's going to be cause for destroying your life. Okay? Or vice versa. Having a husband is ni'ma. Could be husband itself become niqma. Instead of being a peace, become opposite of peace. So ni'ma is whatever you have all these blessings, and these blessings should lead to the peace. Niqma is opposite of peace. Allahu Akbar. So ni'ma is not having just only wealth. Sometimes this wealth become niqma, the Qarun. Qarun had the huge wealth, position, sometimes become niqma, niqam. So Imam is asking, oh Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, forgive me those sins which will cause for niqma. So I'm going to lose my peace and rest, tranquility. I'm not going to have any peace. I want to sleep night. I have a wealth, I have a position, I have a wife, I have a children, I have a home, everything. But what I don't have is the peace. So it means all that is going to become a niqma. Sometimes I have no, for example, wealth, I have no position, I have no the children, no wife, nothing. When I sleep inni wajjahtu wajhiya lilladhi fatara as-samawati wal ard. Peace, complete peace. So he has ni'mah. That person has niqmah. So that's why it's very important that when we want to talk about ni'mah and niqmah, you have to understand that ni'mah is not just having something good. Having something good can cause the peace, rest, tranquility, not something opposite of peace. You will lose the rest. So this is Imam said. So what are the sins which can cause the niqmah? Allahumma ghafir li adh-dhunub allati tunzilu niqam. The first one is kibr. Kibr is arrogant. Kibr, obviously, if you want to see, kibr is kabur, from kabur. Something you exaggerate, you make it big. The opposite of kibr is dhalil, or dhilla. So both are bad. Both are bad. If you want to present yourself more than what you are, and because of that you want to get the credit, you're mutakabbir. Sometimes you want to go down to the humility and you want to lose your dignity and you want to lose what you have. You should not be humble to the point that you lose your dignity. The moment you lose your dignity, because you're thinking that you're humble, has become dhilla, dalil. And sometimes you exaggerate what you have. Both are bad. But the sin which cause the niqmah is kibr. Kibr can reflect in our action, in our words. Hasad, jealousy, cannot cause, or you cannot see the person who is hasid because there's something in there. Someone who has inside jealousy. Inside, no one can see that, but he is destroying himself. But kibr, people can see and notice that. The way you talk, the way you walk, the way you represent, your attitude, your looking, your expression of face, body expression, all that comes from kibr. The best situation for us is we have to represent what we are. We should not exaggerate more than what we are. And we should not go down to the humility to the point that we lose our dignity. We have to be moderate in what we are. Yes, between me and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I have to be dhalil. Yes, sometimes kibr is good. When kibr is good, al-kibru ma'al mutakabbir ibadah. If you see that you're dealing with the arrogant oppressor, you should not be humble. Just when you're dealing with the mu'mineen, you have to be humble. It's good, no problem. Humble meaning that you don't have to show all your qualities. You don't have to show all your potentials. You don't have to show all your achievements. I mean, like a person who got like 2-3 titles, mashallah, can you introduce yourself? So I'm 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He started saying, yes, I have an elementary graduation, high school graduation, diploma, I don't know, MA, like a bachelor's, master, PhD, this, and you don't have to do all of that. I mean, so then you can like be the place you go, what are the need, you have to see. I mean, it's very important. Sometimes even our imams also, when it comes to the introduction, they introduce themselves. Like before, in the court of Yazid, Imam Sajjad, he stands and he introduces himself. That Yazids, let me introduce like you and me, who you are and what I have. So Imam Sajjad, he goes about his all the dignities and here there, and he degrades Yazids, which is good because he's an oppressor. It's needed, but not all the time. You should not. There is no need. Only if you're dealing with the mutakabbir, you can exaggerate a little bit. It's not a problem. But rest of that, no. Especially when you're dealing with the mu'mineen among us, you represent what you are. You don't have to show off. All the bragging, show off, all that can be a reflection of a person who has a kibr and mutakabbir. Why we have a kibr and mutakabbir? Two reasons. One is we somehow feel that I have some lacking point in my life and I want to complete myself with showing off. Because I feel that I was, appraised by someone. I was not given a chance. I was not, given those things which I want right now because it's my turn. I want to show off. I want to go extra mile. I want to, introduce myself and so on and so forth. That's one. Second, I think that because I want to get the dignity, I want to show off. Dignity is in the hands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He is the one who can give us the izzat or the nuts. He's going to make me aziz or dhaleel. So this is a beautiful hadith from our beloved Imam Amir al-Mu'mineen. He says that angels will laugh at a person whom Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants to put down, and everyone on the earth, they want to make him big. They cannot. So for the time being, maybe with the power and money and all that, she can be a famous, and like Gaddafi, Saddam, all these figures, you will see that for the time being, they thought that, oh, it's a dignified person. But later on, khalas, hiding in the well or here. So that's the real face of Saddam and Gaddafi and all those places. That's what's very important, that and also whenever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants to make someone aziz and dignified among the people, and everyone wants to put him down, angels will laugh at that, those people. Usually, you cannot make him go down. Why? Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He wants to make him dignified one among the people. So kibr is one of the problem, one of the sin which can cause the niqmah and take away peace from our life. The second one is, this is also very important to know, that ghaiba. Which can cause the niqmah and take away from you the peace. Al-ghibatu juhdul ajiz, qutu kilab an-nar, yuhibbu an ya'kula lahma akhihi meetan fakarihtumuh. Eating the flesh of your dead body of your brother. Qutu kilab an-nar, the meal of the crazy dogs of the hellfire. This is just so we can understand, comprehend the shameless of this act. So what is the ghaibats? If I want to, talk in a very simple word, ghaibat is any hidden shortcomings of a person who is not known to the people, I want to open to the people. That's relevance. And in fact, ghaibat is truth. Lots of times we get away with saying this word, you know what, this is the truth. If it's the truth, that's a ghaibat. If it's not truth, that's going to be tuhma. Okay. So again, ghaibat is not making fun of a person. That's called hajv. Yeah, istihza. Istihza, making fun of the people. For example, my face is a little bit different than what people would think. Or the way I walk by nature, or I have some problems, health problem, or the way I talk, the way I look, all that. So people, if they are making comments, negative comments, for sake of fun, that's called hajv or istihza, making fun of a person. That's also haram, but that's not ghaibat. Ghaibat is something, some of the hidden shortcomings which is not known to the people. What are the hidden shortcomings? Whether the qualities, whether some of the things which I have a habits which is not known to the people. Even according to hadith and riwayat, let's say, for example, I eat a lot in my home. But in front of the people, I want to maintain my dignity and eat a little bit. So Muhammad invites me in his home, and he realized that, mashallah, I eat a lot. So he comes and he goes to the people and says, you know what? This person, mashallah, he eats a lot. That's the ghaibat. Because that quality of eating a lot is hidden, not known to the people. People thought that this poor Abid, he eats a little. And he make that habit of eating a lot as a general. So that's the ghaibat. Okay? Or any other qualities, or sometimes secrets. Anything. For example, I have a bad habit of saying bad words. That's not public between me and my wife, me and my children. Again, that's haram, that's something else. But I have some shortcomings. And one of you heard that, okay, mashallah, that's the abidi. You want to make a public, like Facebook, YouTube, here and there. All that's the ghaibat. Because that's all that I have that. Even, for example, let's say, for example, God forbid, a drink, the alcohol, that's haram. No doubt about that. But not in public. If someone drinks in public, that's not a ghaibat. But I drink secretly. People, they don't know about that. And you find out. And you want to make this public announcement. The BBC and CNN. MashaAllah. And that's the ghaibat. So ghaibat, anything which have shortcomings and it's not known to the people or it's not known to the group. For example, within this group, we establish some of the points. And we are open because of our friendship. But once we go outside of this group, we're prim and proper. So within our group, because we're dealing a little bit more, whether because of the work, or because of the relationship, or because we're spending more time, or because of some sort of connection among ourselves, we are more open to each other. So you guys, you know more about me than those who are out, and vice versa. I know you guys more than what general people knows. So although here for us as a general knowledge, but when it goes out, it's not general knowledge. So even according to hadith and riwayat, in work, in, for example, school, or in friendship, or home, or any, within that circle, as a general knowledge, but not to others. Furthermore, you live in San Jose, Because you live in San Jose, Bay Area, people, they know you with certain qualities. But you go to London, people, they don't know. And you don't want to be known there with some of the bad qualities which you have. If this brother or beloved brother says, you know what, I know, mashallah, this person is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he is giving them a brand new news, which is not known to the people. Anything which you give the knowledge, which is not known to other people, it's a rape.
So in a work situation, when you're asked for a recommendation on
Mashallah,
somebody,
there is some exemptions. One, for the marriage purpose. Taqi goes to London and he wants to have a second wife. And someone asks you, you have to be very blunt. Yes, he has. And you have to be, blunt about that. Okay, just I'm giving you an example. It's not going to happen. Just anything. If you know some qualities about a person, and this a person approaches to a family for the wedding purpose, marriage purpose, and if they ask you, you have to tell them. And you can basically there is no ghaibat at that time because it's going to be a major decision. Second, for the purpose of business, no ghaibat. Third, for the position, whether religious position or any other position. Okay, for example, if Abidi, I want to go to London, I want to take the the religious position or President Alim or something like that. And people they ask you, you're in San Jose, what do you know about him? Whatever you know, you have to tell that those people. This not or any position, for example, you want to run for the mayor, or you want to be a public figure, or you want to be, for example, part of the board member, or those types of things. So that's also you have to. Yes.
So how should we talk about it though? Like in my case, I was asked about one of my friends for a marriage case. The family of the girl wanted to know like how this person is, and I knew that he's like a huge drinker and like party and stuff in Berkeley. So I told them that yeah, he drinks, and they said okay, so now we know. But I want to know like, is it okay to just say he drinks, or
obviously,
or should I just say something, implicitly implying that, such that like the person is not
and clear, because marriage, business, positions, these are the things will affect the family, people, and can destroy. They should know, and then they can make a decision.
Yeah,
and you can say that I saw, maybe now is not, but you have to find out.
So gibbat is only in social situations, not for these kinds of things that you just mentioned.
Yeah. Beside this, you should know. Okay. If, for example, someone says, okay, I see a new brother. What do you know about this brother? That's not your business. You should know why, because there's no need for anything. Yes, for these types of things, especially marriage, business, or positions, these are the three things which can affect the families and in large number of the people. And we should not be humble at that time. Whatever you know.
So, like in his case, there might be like 4 or 5 things that he could say, but by saying just the first one, the family is already gonna decline the marriage. To what extent can he express the other person's fault?
Yeah, I could, for example, I could have said, if I had a sister, I wouldn't let her marry him, this guy, or something like that.
No, not like that.
Yeah, why want to say, for example, maybe for that person, the standard is different. For you, it's different standard.
Okay.
It's not like all the people that think the same way you're thinking. Maybe some of the mistakes for you is a huge, but for others is not, or vice versa. Maybe for others, some of the mistakes are huge and not for you. So you have to tell specifically, not a general.
Mhm.
By saying general, that's you're not doing the justice for that person.
So it's just okay to clearly reflect what we are
Yes,
asked. Okay.
there's 1, 2, 3, 4. But you can tell that this is a while ago, maybe now is not. This is what I know. This is what I saw from the previously. But maybe right now it changes. You can say those words in order to give the benefit of doubt, or maybe in case it changed, you can tell that. But you cannot say a general. So general points can destroy more than the ghibats. Sometimes, for example, some person comes and he asks me about this a person. I know that a person is not, for example, prim and proper, or he's not trustworthy. What do you know about this person? Astaghfirullah. Please don't mention his name. By saying that, you're destroying him more than what he is. Or if I have my daughter, I don't want to let her marry. So you're destroying all the elements. And he thinks that maybe he's doing zina, he's doing this, 50 other things. No, you have to be prim and proper. These are the things that I saw. 1, 2, 3, 4.
So my question is, to what extent can you express it to where it becomes unnecessary? So for example, if the person has 5 defects, as soon as you give the first defect, that other party is probably not even interested in marrying that person anymore. Now you have 4 other defects you can reveal, but you probably shouldn't if the families are very
all that is depend on the relationship, the dialogue between you and the person who's asking. Your intention is not to destroy this relationship. Your intention is not to cause any problem. Your intention is to give the facts to the family, and family, they have to decide. So it's not like you're not looking to destroy this marriage or this relationship, and with the first point you achieve your goal, alhamdulillah. No, that's not the case. If you can be a part of a healing process and talk to the person, that person maybe he will fix all, that is good. But you're giving the facts to the people or to the family here, those who are interested. So that's it. Nothing more, nothing less.
and like for marriage specifically, like sometimes there will be a brother that'll just be like, okay, I'm interested, but he hasn't done any formal process. But he wants to maybe initiate a formal process to find out about the sister. But we don't even know if maybe the sister will be talking to someone. And so now you're kind of confronted when the process hasn't formalized, so it's not serious enough for you to reveal that information about that.
Yeah, that's not a mistake.
So you shouldn't give that information.
Yes, for example, a person who is just talking in general, they're not serious, they're not engaged, they don't have any marriage, they don't have anything, just they're talking. If other persons, yes, they're talking, why you have to say that? That's irrelevant. That's nothing. Maybe sometimes initial talk, they can talk with 2, 3 people. That's not a problem. Because they're not serious. Yes, once they decide, when they make up their mind and they know that there is a engagement party or something, and they decided, and then they're looking for something else, that's a doubt. But in initial stage, it's not a problem.
Wait, so if, for example, in the initial stage, someone, before going and approaching the family, the sister's family, comes up to me and says, look, I want to know about the sister. Tell me about it. And he hasn't formally, extended his proposal or his interest in the sister yet. Am I allowed to tell him the information that would otherwise classify as vague?
What type of information? That's very important. If you're giving him the informations which is related to the marriage, yes.
It's okay.
Yes, okay. But the person has to have a keen interest. This is very important that he has to have a intention, and he has an interest to go and to approach the family, not just fishing. Nowadays, what happens is, because of all this social media, alhamdulillah, which is a blessing, but niqmah too, So with these blessings, people are fishing. They're just sending the emails, and here this mashallah, they want to see this this website, that website, SABA website, this metro stories, this match.com and all that. And so you see that 50 places the floating my resume, 50 places people are talking, and I want to kind of interview 50 girls, and those types of things is not considered as you are serious. Once you narrow down to one person, and you know that she is the right person or he is the right person, I want to go with her, with him, and then you start investigations. So that's where you can, not in very initial stages, because if you want to open the mistakes of the people in the very beginning stage, there's not going to be any dignity left for anyone, because everyone can knows the mistakes of each other. That's why one of the very important aspect of social media is we have to know that there is no secrecy in social media whatsoever. So that's why our ulama, before they used to say that in social media, if you have a password and you're saying something, that could be ghaibat. Nowadays, it's not a ghaibat. More than ghaibat. Ifsha al-fahsha. Ifsha al-fahsha is 10 times, 100 times worse than the ghaibat. Ghaibat is just between 1, 2 people, 10 people, or limited people. Ifsha al-fahsha is just as a kind of news everywhere. So the social media is 50 times, 100 times, 1,000 times worse than the ghaibats. So we have to avoid that. Sometimes people, they themselves cause the problem for themselves. I want to put some things, assuming that this is between me and, for example, one person, 5 people. It's not 5 people. They go and they, for example, forward to 10 people, those 10 people they forward to, and what one time you see that as a big news. So it's very important to understand that. Right, but again, Ifsha al-Fahsha is not here. We can talk and discuss later on. Okay, so these are the 2 sins we have to avoid. Inshallah, if I'm not doing ghibats, if I'm not mutakabbir, so inshallah there's no niqmah. Yes. Very good. If I have a problem with my brother and I want to fix those problems, how about my brother? If I go and talk to a person who is either a counselor or a person capable to resolve or has some leverage for my brother and he can talk, or if there is any healthy problems, health-related problems, if I go and seek the doctors or attorney, doctor, counselor, or the person who has some leverage over there, these people are not a problem. Because they know how to keep secrets, and also they know how to resolve the problems. But in general, why? Because most of the times when we talk, is what we consider as a dard dil. Dard dil is you have some pain and you want to release that. You talk to one person, you feel good for a few minutes, kind of, tired. And then you talk to the second person, and third person, and fourth people. And just you're talking, just not resolving. And those people, again, they go and talk to the people. So that's why you cannot go and talk to anyone except those who are counselor, attorney, doctors, or the one who has a leverage or person who can fix the problem. Other than that, no. Yes. Okay.
So is your spouse considered a counselor in this particular?
If he is a counselor, she is a counselor.
No,
yes.
I mean, and someone that isn't a professional counselor that you're seeking advice from.
Yeah, I mean, Even a professional counselor, they have a limited areas of expertise. Maybe, for example, those who are expert in family matters, they're not expert in the religious matters. Those who are expert in religious matters, maybe they don't know about, for example, in economics. So if you have any disputes or problems facing about the dispute of economics, if you want to go to the family counselor, it's not a good idea. So, for example, my wife, she is expert and she is a counselor about, for example, family related. I'm facing a problem with a brother about the financial. Talking to my wife is not resolved. But if she is in line with that and she can advise me something which can help, that's good. So we have to maintain that even within the spouse. So that's why we have a hadith and riwayat from a sixth Imam, another Imam, that if I'm facing any problems with my, for example, brothers, or my sister, or my mother, or my father, or my relatives, or with my friends, or in business, can I go and talk to my wife or my husband about that? No. Why? Because if I talk to my wife, or my wife, she talks to me about something which is irrelevant, is going to cause more problems. And I think that, oh, she is doing this, or she thinks that I'm doing this, and it's going to be more problem. So we have to be we have to maintain that. Like, for example, a doctor knows about lots of problems of the people. He cannot go and talk to his wife. The same thing if I'm, for example, as a counselor here, I cannot talk to my wife about anything, and so on and so forth. We have to maintain that. Otherwise, if we don't, that's going to be ghaibats. The minimum thing is ghaibats. Sometimes not only ghaibats, I will destroy the families by telling the secrets of the people. And that's not good at all. اللهم اغفر لي الذنوب التي تحبس الدعاء. And before that, تغير النعم. MashaAllah, تغير النعم. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive me the sin which can change the ni'mat to niqmat. Ni'mat to something else. تغير النعم and تنزل النقم are two different things. تنزل النقم can cause the niqmat, and تغير النعم, first I have a ni'mat, blessing, and this blessing can change to niqmat. So the first one is no, from the beginning I have no peace. Second one, I had a peace, later on change to not having a peace. According to hadith and riwayats. Believers, mu'mineen, we, me, you, we are subject to this sentence. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will bless us as ni'mat. I go, I seek du'as, and all of a sudden I have, for example, that ni'mat, child. The way I'm going to upbringing of my child or nurturing my child, the way I'm dealing with that is going to cause ni'mat instead of becoming ni'mat. Or I was bachelor, I tried, I did dua and everything I got from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I'm not using proper use of my wife. And I take advantage of her. Later on, what happens is this ni'mat become niqmat. تغير النعم. Or for example, as I was doing dua, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blessed me the wealth. Also then I got a good job and wealth. Alhamdulillah, at the beginning was praying proper, good, mashallah. Later on, what happened is the way I was dealing with that has become ni'mats. So any ni'mats initially for the believers is ni'mats for us. And later on, we change to the niqmats. So why is that? And what types of the sin which we have? The first and foremost sin is bukhl. Bukhl, bakhil, tied hand, stingy person. The one who is not generous. Bukhl is opposite of sahi, the one who is generous. What has to do with the, like for example, if I have a child, what has to do with the bukhl and changing that from ni'mat to niqmat? Obviously, if I'm not sahi towards my son, my daughter, my brother, my sister, my wife, my husband, my father, my mother, my friends, so on and so forth, this bukhl will cause to take away from me the peace. Allah according to hadith and riwayats, al-bakhilu man bakhila li'ayalih. The worst type of a person who's tight hand and stingy and bakhil is the one who is bakhil towards his wife and his family. That's one. It's very important. Having a sahi, if I'm generous, the more I'm generous, the more I'm going to get, gain the position and also strength from the people, dignity from the people, and this ni'mat will be going to be there forever and ever. Will last long. So bukhl is the first one. Second one is kathratul kalam. Kathratul kalam. I talk a lot. If, for example, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless me with wealth, I talk, and somehow I'm going to lose the wealth. I have, for example, any ni'mats, I talk, and I lose the ni'mats. It's very important to, kind of control my time. Time is very important. I have no control over my time. This will cause to change the ni'mat and beauty from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to the niqmat, and I'm not going to have any peace. Yes.
Is it talking a lot or boasting about something?
Kasratul kalam has to do with both. Just talking a lot without any need, that's also going to cause problems. And for example, you have, like, you're sitting in your home and you talk unnecessarily, and you're not giving a chance to your wife, or vice versa. What should happen? One person calls, the other person will lose the peace, and then they will, mashallah, they know how to take care of that. Then they're not going to obey you, or for example, they will take away their frustration differently here or there. So it's going to cause a problem. So the ni'mat become the goods.
What about like general talking about other people in the community, not in a bad way, but it's, in the end of the day, you're not really affecting them, so it's purposeless in some form.
According to hadith and riwayats, between spouse especially, and also in general, you need to talk and discuss about the things which can give you benefit for your life, your health, your wealth, your relationships, and so on and so forth. Is it good? But if we want to talk about, for example, only what is going on in the space and something which is, not even related about, for example, some of the aliens and this and that, yes, sometimes it's good to talk and discuss. But you want to have again, hadith and riwayats encourage that once you are in your home, you should be more kind of accommodating and relaxed and happy person. You have to talk and you have to express. You should not be kind of abusan qamtarira. You're not talking, you're serious. No. Some people, they have these qualities. Once they're among the people, they're mashallah funny people, good and everyone. Once they go to home, as if something, they have shocks and pretty much take it easy. I mean, you have to be like easy in your homes. That's not a kasrat al-kalam. Kasrat al-kalam is when one person's talking, like right now I'm talking, stuff and you're listening. This is called kasrat al-kalam. Okay, this is for purpose, but if I want to go to be like that in my home, I'm sure I'm going to lose my ni'mats. and she's going to be with ni'mat, with no doubt about that. And also children have to be like more accommodating and so on and so forth. Kasrat al-kalam is very important, that not to talk about specific thing and exaggerate. For example, a hadith and riwayah says, what is kasrat al-kalam? Hadith and riwayah says, I made a mistake. My wife, she asked me to put this garbage out. So, okay, no problem. I dropped the ball. And later, after like 10 minutes, she asked me, I dropped the ball. Third time, I went and I did, mashallah. And then she's going to talk, you know what? You dropped the ball first time, second time, one time. And then after 5 minutes, you read this one. After 1 hour, again. In 2 hours, I'm in home. If she wants to bring that up 10 times, 20 times, my whole life will be. Just one giving example. This hadith and riwayah says that don't overkill anything. Kathrat al-kalam. Don't talk on and on and on and on about a simple thing, small mistakes, and we bring as if work is collapse. Oh, nothing. It's a small thing, no problem. Forgive and move on. So that's kathrat al-kalam. Kasrat al-kalam is exaggeration, is talking about some mistakes, or emphasizing about the things which is not really important, or you want to be perfect sometimes. The hadith and riwayah says that, like some people, they have this quality of that, this pen should be like that. If it's like this, it's a problem. Should be like that, and with line and good, no, 1 centimeter here and there, that should be there. Some people, they have this one. So if I want to make exaggeration of this, and that's kathratul kalam. So kathratul kalam, not giving your time to other people, talking in person, talking about certain things which is more than what you need to, and also making a big deal of the things. Those things considered as a kathratul kalam. But having a good fun and jokes, and also you want to accommodate others, and you want to create a good environment, and also you want to talk about the things which is, for example, can give you benefit for your life. So about certain things, about sometimes politics, sometimes religious, sometimes this, and that is good. And hadith and riwayah says that you need to do that. But kathrat al-kalam can cause problems because of other things, not just talk. Okay. Inshallah. Wa Muhammad wa ali Muhammad
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Any question? Inshallah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless us and bless strength and tawfiq. Yes.
There is a line in Dua Mashlul. I guess Mashlul, maybe you've heard this when we were talking with Nader. But this is something that I couldn't pick up when we were discussing it. That in Dua Mashlul it says, Ya ghafira dhanba Dawood. Like now that we're talking about Ghufran and Dhanb, I want to ask this. So, what's the story? Like, I mean, I want to have a good definition of Dhanb, that because we know that the
MashaAllah.
prophets
we
are
had a
infallible.
discussion about Ghufran. Ghufran is from Maghfirah or from Ghufran, Ghafar. Ghafar or Maghfirah. Okay. Here, Allah Maghfir li adh-dhunub allati, but the same thing, Ghafir adh-dhanb is referred to Maghfirati wasi' ilahi. Meanwhile, we are seeking from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala His pardon and His mercy, and also to forgive us. Not only forgive us, give us more than what we deserve. Replace us more than what we deserve. So you hear about the Prophet, غافر ذنب داود. So what our Dawood, he had a tarki awla. Tarki awla of Dawood is very clear that according to Hadith and Riwayat also is referred to a point that he asked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for the kingdomship. And that's not a bad. Why? Because he asked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and he governed as a just person. Among the prophets, majority of them, they were shepherds. And then they able to change the people, and they went to people, and then they convey the message of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But Dawood is among the prophets, or maybe the only prophet. Sulaiman also at a certain point, because Sulaiman inherited from Dawood that the kingdomship. So he was a king, he was elevated to all that points, all that. So the Tarkiya Allah is he asked from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for that position. Not he insisted or he hijacked or he got with the zulm. No, he asked from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay. So that's why Quran says, Mata'ud dunya qaleel. The whole world and all the bounties of this world is little. ومن يعطي الحكمة فقد أوتي خيرا كثيرا. So Hazrat Luqman, he was Hakim. وآتينا لقمان الحكمة. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blessed Luqman with the hikmat. Hikmat, wisdom, is more than being a king. But Dawood, he asked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to be a king. So that what he asked for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, what was not bad. But because he was a prophet and he asked for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that's tarki Allah. It's not a sin. Okay. But غافر ذنب داود, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he blessed Hazrat Dawood not only kingdomship, more than that. Why? Because when Hazrat Dawood, he realized that he had, he made a mistake by asking this, he repented from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And he asked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I cannot carry this huge responsibility, and bless me with more strength if I want to be a just, because being a just is not that easy. And because he asked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for repentance and tawbah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blessed him and granted him more than what he asked and more than what he desired. So that's why Ghafir than Dawood. Ghafir here is because he got more than what he asked. When he got more than what he asked, after he realized that it was a mistake, he asked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to take away everything. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala granted more.
So the zamb here is actually that he asked for kingdomship while
Yes.
he could ask for more things.
More things, like a hikmat, like I don't know, something else. Yes, inshallah. But Muhammad wa ali Muhammad sallallahu alaihi
اللهم صل على محمد وآل
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اللهم كن وليك وحدك الحسن صلواتك عليه وعلى آبائه في هذه الساعة وفي كل ساعة.